Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel, Solstice Mind and Body with me, Danny GT. I'm going to go straight into today's topic, which a lot of the people who I hang around with and who I talk to this topic about really want to know more. So I want to put in a short video, basically what it is. So today's video is going to be talking about what is the law of attraction. I'm sure if you've come to this video, you have some idea. If not, you practice already with the law of attraction and manifesting. But this video is purely my thoughts on it, how I practice it, and how I discovered it as well. So going straight into it, what is the law of attraction? In my own words, the law of attraction is you attract to you what you put out. What is like is for like. For example, if you think or live by positivity, good things happen, that is how the law of attraction is going to come back to you, for example. The law of attraction also doesn't understand if something is positive or negative. So that's why it is called attract, because it attracts what you are asking for, essentially. If you live a life where you have a lack of money, where bad things happen to you and you feel like you lead an unlucky lifestyle, that happens because you believe that you think that way, and by thinking that way, that's what's coming back to you. So that's very, very brief description, whatever you want to call it, of what my interpretation of it is. There's many videos online that you can go search, and everybody has different representations, although the law of attraction is exactly the same. It's just how you perceive it. So by living your life a certain way and thinking that way and acting that way, the universe is going to give that back to you. So if you are, as I said already, living a positive life, positive mindset, that's going to keep coming back to you. You would have heard things such as like on a high frequency or a low frequency. A high frequency is emotions such as happiness, joy, gratitude, things like that. Whereas a low frequency is emotions like sadness, depression, feeling ungrateful, for example. They're what we call low frequency emotions and feelings. As I said already, the universe doesn't understand I don't, I want. It doesn't understand the difference. It just hears what you're thinking. So if you're thinking, as I've mentioned already, a lack of money, like if you always say to yourself, I have no money, I'm I'm always broke, it's going to hear that and it's going to keep giving you that. Whereas if you change that particular mindset to, I have an abundance of cash, or money comes easily to me, and you change the way you speak and you think and you act, that's what will put you on that high frequency. The law of attraction can be very spiritual, which is, if you've seen some of my other videos, I am very spiritual. But it also, what it's done for me is help me live a happier life. By constantly working towards and with the law of attraction in my personal experience, and saying, I love my life, or I'm so grateful for my house, I'm so grateful for the people I have in my life, they keep then coming back in my life, and that has been a part of my journey. And I'm actually going to link in the description or up here my mental health journey, and I talk a lot in that about how positivity and mindfulness helped me get through that. Coming back to the point about being on the high or low frequencies, a really good way to imagine the law of attraction is it's basically a radio station. So you've got your radio, and imagine you're tuning that radio to a station that you want to hear. You go through all these different dials and all these different frequencies to then find the one you want. The law of attraction works basically exactly the same way. By shifting your mindset into a more positive one using affirmations or gratitude journaling, things like that, you're tuning into that frequency, into that radio to give you back what you want, which is the radio station you want to tune into. And then by using the mindset of, oh, I am feeling so sick today, or my health is always so bad, things like that, you're again tuning into that frequency of that negative, low frequency radio, and that's coming back to you. Although you don't want to hear it, that's what you're asking for, that's what you're saying. I discovered the law of attraction around 3 years ago from now, which is when I had my breakdown, and it was actually a friend of mine who, I'll link this below, but a friend of mine recommended me to read The Secret by Rhonda Burns. I believe her name is. If I'm wrong, I'll put up a little description here. And it was all about this way of thinking and changing your mindset. And because when I was suffering with anxiety so bad, I needed anything to help me get out of that negative mindset. So I thought I'd give it a go. And I'd heard so many stories of how it had changed people's lives and things like that. But as spiritual as I am, and a lot of people who've probably watched different videos, you probably feel a little bit skeptical of what is the law of attraction. So I started by reading this book, and it all made sense to me. It all made complete sense. But what I couldn't understand is, how do I put this into practice? So then putting it into practice, I then bought Rhonda Byrne's book, The Magic, which again I will link below. And that actually gives you activities for 28 days on how to incorporate gratitude, positivity, and changing your frequency into becoming and getting a more positive life. I've now been practicing this, as I said, for 3 years, and I cannot tell you the things that I have achieved and manifested. It's absolutely amazing. In short, I manifested our house that we bought, and people watching this are probably thinking, that's crazy, that's weird, you just worked for that, you just earned the money to do that. But that's what the law of attraction is. It's not only about thinking and changing your way of thinking to a more positive one, it's about the actions you take towards it. So by doing the activities in the magic, it helps you get on that helps give you that motivation to be able to be like, yes, I'm going to work towards this goal. And then things start literally flooding in. One of the first exercises I ever did, which actually is in the book, The Secret, is to start with something really, really small that you wish to manifest or you wish to come to you. The first thing I ever did was I manifested a white feather, just a white feather, and I wanted it to be brilliant white. I wanted it to look almost fake, because how often are we going to get a feather that is like that? You know, we get all different types of birds and stuff, especially in the UK where I am. And I totally visualised this white feather. I felt as if I'd had it in my hand. I imagined myself holding it. I didn't know where I was going to find it, but I knew I would have it. So about a few days later, I ended up clearing up my balcony, which I never ever cleaned. This was in my old flat. And I picked up this pillow, and under this pillow, this feather shot up and just floated down, and it was about this big, and it was brilliant white. It honestly looked like it'd come from the shop. It was so clean. And I know you're thinking, well, you're on a balcony, there's going to be feathers, etc., etc. I knew that I had manifested this one, and that's good enough for me. If I believe that has come to me because I asked for it, that's how it works for me. And after that, things just kept coming and coming. Other things I've manifested, including my dog. We lived in a flat for however long. We've been renting for however long. And we had COVID, obviously. Never thought we would ever get enough money to buy a house. A year later, we literally had it. 2 months after moving in, we managed to get our dog. It is stuff that I wouldn't have imagined happening at the time. But since finding the law of attraction, I have been able to, as I said, lead such an amazing life and just have the things that I really want. It's also about really evaluating what you really want and need in life. So you might sit there and think, well, I want £1 million. For me, yes, I've always had that thought. I've always wanted £1 million. But what would I actually do with it? What would actually do good for me if I had that? So instead, now when I manifest things like money, it comes for the things I need at that time. Or it comes in shapes and forms of where I get discounts all the time. So it's not about this big idea of object of I have loads of money in my bank, but it comes in different ways. As I said, this is literally a very short video on the law of attraction, but I've had a few people ask about it, and I was really keen to say my thoughts on it. Everybody's got different opinions, and I highly recommend going across the internet and looking at other videos that people have gotten it, because they'll have different stories as well. I would be more than happy to do a video on a couple of activities that I do every day, particularly in order to keep myself on that high frequency. And it's not always easy to. There's some days I wake up and I just go, I can't today. But as soon as I start doing these different activities and stuff, I then start to feel so much better. So if you want to see how I use the law of attraction every day, let me know in the comments below. I'm happy to do a video on activities if you think it will help you. But other than that, this is a very short video on law of attraction, so I hope it's given you some insight into what it is. If you would like me to go deeper into law of attraction, again, let me know in the comments below. I can always do a longer video, but this is purely just an intro on what it is. So let me know if there's anything else you want from this video or from the law of attraction from me. I'm more than happy to talk about how I manifested my house, my dog, my own business. You know, I've been starting my own business and this YouTube channel now. I'm happy to share how I manifested it, because if it helps you do what you want to do, that's what I'm here for. So thank you so much for joining my video again. It has been a little while since I've done one, so I am planning to do more, but I'd love to know the topics that you want to hear. Have a really good day, and I will speak to you soon. Namaste.